Hey guys, coming at you with another video here. It is absolutely mind-boggling how crazy these numbers are coming out from these Bitcoin ETFs. And so I apologize. I know I keep bringing these things up, but you guys, I want to paint more of an accurate picture. I know I mentioned it earlier and how big of a deal they are. I've got some actual data now to support how big of an investment vehicle these things are. So, and again, I'm going to start with a little bit of history here. So back of ETFs in the last 30 years, there's been about over 5,500 of these things launched, right? And what an ETF is, by definition, it's an electronically traded fund where you can basically invest, right, into companies or institutions. And so as a retirement tool, right? So you're investing. So in the last 30 years, there's been over 5,500 of these things launched. And I'm going to talk about the two most successful ever in history. So back in 2004 is when an ETF known as GLD was launched. And believe it or not, you guys, this was an ETF for gold, like actual physical gold. So, and they raised about $1.2 billion within a month. Okay, it's a lot of money. That was the second most successful. The most successful in history was an ETF known as Climate Consensus Fund. And they held the record for, $2.2 billion in the first month. So again, the same metric, about a month of raising money. Now here we go into Bitcoin and as far as what's been going on with these things. Blackrock and Fidelity. So you guys, this is two ETFs, right? Individually. Ready for drum roll? Each of these guys raised $3 billion. You guys, that's just two of these 9 Bitcoin ETFs that have been approved. And there's more coming. There's more in the pike. And the interesting thing is, too, when you look at the data of these Bitcoin ETFs historically, they only raised most of that money, maybe 5%, 15% of the actual trading days within that month. Bitcoin has been absolutely nonstop every single day. Like, they're literally breaking records upon records. And so what this is showing us is the demand is insane. Like, the demand is not quitting or letting up. And so it's just, sometimes this perspective, I mean, one Bitcoin ETF pulled in $3 billion in a month. And literally there has not been a stop, you guys, since January 10th is when these things were launched. And so I'm trying to paint an accurate picture of how fast this Bitcoin is flying off of the shelf. So, these ETFs they tend to be slow going, right? And so as investment tools, and most of the other institutions have not even woken up to this. And so those who are kind of in the game early, they're stacking it in a mass. Like they cannot get enough of this. And so the reason I want to keep mentioning this and bringing it up to you guys is, if you're not allocated, again, you're going to hear it time and time again, please get off of zero. I'm not an advisor. I'm not a retirement investment strategist. I'm simply showing you the data, saying, look at the writing that's on the wall. And so honestly, it's about an average of 4,000 Bitcoin a day. And to give you an example, that's about 10 times what is created every day. There's only 900 created a day right now. And again, remember we talked about before, this number of 900 gets cut in half to 450 in April. So we're less than 40 days out. I think maybe 36 days is when the halving happens. And so, we're literally weeks away from it going from 10 to 20 times the amount. And again, there's just no slowing. And I know I feel like I'm talking in circles, and it's driving me absolutely bonkers, because nothing in history has ever had this much capital poured into it in such a short amount of time. And the biggest point that I want to make too with this, you guys, there's about $8 trillion in registered investment accounts, meaning like financial advisors or those who have a fiduciary responsibility to invest at least a small portion of people's retirement funds into these. It hasn't happened. A lot of these, they're extremely conservative, right? They're holding people's money for retirement. What they're wanting to do right now at this point, and from basically with this echo chamber within Twitter and talking to other, investment advisors and people that I personally know, what they're doing is they're trying to collect some data on the current ETFs. And so you guys, it's only been January 10th. Like, we don't even have 3 months of data. And that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for 90 days of data to then make a better decision. They are running out of time. Like they literally, what would that be, April? That would be, yeah, probably right around just before the halving is when they're going to get that data. This is an insane bull rally. You guys, it's different this time. And I cannot tell you enough. Please, please, for yourself, for your kids, for your grandkids, for future generations, get off of zero. You will not at all regret it. And so I appreciate you guys. If you like this type of content, leave a like, comment below, and please let the conversation keep going. Let's keep chatting, comment, leave some spicy comments below if you need. All right, guys, chat soon. I really appreciate you guys. Looking forward to a new one. Talk to you soon.